Hey, what's happening, guys? Mike from Metacomics coming at you with a review for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2 Finale. Before we get started into the review, I want to warn you guys there are massive spoilers in this review, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, go do that, then come back and you can check out my thoughts on it. Okay, so there are two major plots going on in this episode, which was absolutely fantastic, amazing, probably the best episode of the series thus far, and far superior to Season 1's finale, which was incredible. So the first major plot going on is obviously S.H.I.E.L.D's war with the Inhumans, and the second one is Ward and Agent 33 kidnapping Bobby, aka Mockingbird, and attempting to get her to confess to handing Agent 33 over to Hydra, making a sacrifice play, so to speak. Okay, so I enjoyed this episode a lot. I thought it was really well written. I thought the pacing was fantastic. There was a great balance between action and story, good character development. It really filled out the 2-hour time slot very well. In fact, I'd have been happy to have had another hour. That was that good. I really enjoyed seeing Mr. Hyde in this episode. In this finale, we see Cal completely change into Mr. Hyde, but instead of turning into a villain like we know him from the comic books, he kind of evolved into a hero. The same passion and love for his family that drove him to be a minion for S.H.I.E.L.D, which we find out he basically was, doing her bidding, which was quite evil, as killing people. That same passion ended up redeeming him in the end, and I thought that was really cool how they did that. I would say he probably had the best character arc of this season, maybe of this whole series, next to Skye. Character development is something that this show has been phenomenal at, and I hope that continues through Season 3. We saw Skye and S.H.I.E.L.D. embrace her powers. We see that the S.H.I.E.L.D. team works alongside Skye with her powers and with Lincoln and his powers to try to stop the Inhumans from doing some pretty bad stuff. And I thought that was awesome to see her, finally finding her place, finding her home with the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, and them accepting her and embracing her. I thought that was really good. And she had a really great action scene with this girl who could clone herself, and it was really, really good. Well shot, lots of good visual effects. Enjoyed that thoroughly. There was a lot of great themes in this episode too. I really loved how they talked about love and doing the right thing, and how that often comes with a pretty high cost. Love is always costly. If you truly love someone, it's going to cost you something, and they really did a good job of communicating that in this episode. Like, for example, Skye, she loved her team and loved human beings, and so it cost her her family again. She lost her parents for a second time. For Coulson, it was losing a hand, and for Bobby, she took a bullet for Hunter. Love is costly, and it always requires sacrifice. It requires us to think of others above ourselves. And I thought that was really, really interesting, and that they did a really good job of communicating that. I also enjoyed how they talked about love kind of going in the opposite direction, that if love isn't filtered through the right lens, it can cause us to do some pretty crazy things, even bad things. Sometimes we love the wrong things even, like Agent 33, who was totally infatuated with Ward and was consumed by his ideals and ended up being willing to do whatever he said to do because of this blind devotion she had to him. So, love is two-sided. If it's not filtered through the correct lens, it can cause you to do some pretty crazy stuff. But if it's filtered through the right lens, then it can change the world. I really enjoyed the themes of redemption and second chances in the episode as well. Cal redeemed himself by channeling his love properly and fulfilling his promise to protect Skye by killing the woman he loved. He was willing to protect Skye from her own mother, and that is self-sacrificial love, that he gave up something that he loved dearly to protect his daughter, and I thought that was really cool. Skye and the Inhumans are given grace and a second chance by her rejoining the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, and by them establishing a team of superpowered people that will be, secretly working with S.H.I.E.L.D. to try to protect humanity. I thought that was really cool too. I was really sad to see Raina die. Jiaying kills her in the episode, and that was kind of, oh man. And I thought her death was a little rushed and kind of not as big of a deal as it should have been. But it did serve to move the plot forward by leaps and bounds, and so I see why it was necessary. I absolutely love knowing that Ward is still alive, and it looks like he's going to be playing a pretty prominent role in reestablishing Hydra in some fashion, so I'm really excited to see what they do for his character in Season 3. There was an absolutely fantastic cliffhanger at the end of this episode with Simmons. I don't even know what to say about it. It left me shocked. I can't wait to see how they play all that out. There's a lot of people saying that perhaps that black goo that kind of gobbled her up is Agent Venom, is Venom. I don't think that that's the case, but, who knows what direction Marvel's taking things, or if it's going to be a substance like Venom, or I'm not sure what's going on with that, or what's going to happen to Simmons in Season 3. The only thing I didn't really care for in this episode was some of the acting by McLaughlin when he went into full Mr. Hyde mode. It was very hammy. I mean, it was really just kind of cheesy, and the prosthetic work was a little weird looking, but overall I still enjoyed him being in the episode, and I enjoyed the episode as a whole. My final score for this would probably be a 9.5 out of 10. This episode was nearly flawless. It's absolutely just fantastic, wildly entertaining. I'm excited for Season 3. Sad to see that the show's gone on summer break now, but they did a fantastic job this season, and this show just continues to get better, so I'm looking forward to what they have next for us. So, guys, what did you think of the season finale of S.H.I.E.L.D? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you like what we're doing and want to see more content. So, yeah, that's all I got, guys. I will see you in the next one.